swear that I'm the plug, and I ain't talking socket. For your love, run the race. Cockpit, I drive. Detour out of space. Never been so high. Used to feel in last place, but now I fly by. DR, on my way. Pull the trigger, he's fried.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Just give me a second. I'm gonna get something to drink real quick. Good H2O. Anyway, yeah, this is gonna be my first One Piece what if. Yeah, technically, I did do one back in like I don't know how many months ago. It was like a month or two ago where I did one when I was in One Piece, but yeah, that's not really a what if. That's just more like me just having fun, you know. But this is really gonna be a what if. So yeah, and this what if is gonna be called What If Luffy Was the Monkey King. And so yeah, I'm not gonna say anything else. Let's get into the what if. So we're at the party's bar. Let's drink, guys, to Luffy's gut and our journey, shouted a certain red-headed straw hat wearing pirate, causing the other pirates to horse around. It didn't hurt at all, said a small black-haired child wearing a shirt with a said anchor with a object in question behind it. Try not to whimper with a band-aid on it under his left eye. That's a lie. Don't do such a stupid thing, said Shanks in a slightly scowling tone. I'm going to be a pirate, said Luffy. Like you could ever be a pirate. What kind of pirate can't swim? You'd only be a burden in that case, said Shanks in a, teasing manner. I'll be fine as long as I stay on the ship. I'm great at fighting too, and can throw a punch as strong as a pistol, proclaimed Luffy with a punch in the air. A pistol, really? Said Shanks in a boring, unbelievable tone. What's with that tone? Shouted Luffy in anger. Behind the two, a few members of the partying crew told Luffy about how great it was to be a pirate and trying to convince Shanks to take him with them. Shanks said he would, but only if someone stayed in Luffy's place, causing them all to turn around and go back to drinking. Alright, the main thing is that you're still a kid. I'll think about letting you join us in about a decade, said Shanks. Damn it, Shanks, I'm not a kid, replied Luffy. Calm down, Luffy. Here, have some juice, Shanks said in a calmful manner, placing said drink in front of him. Thanks, said Luffy, instantly getting into a chipper mood and drinking the juice. See, you really are a kid, laughed Shanks. It was a trick, Shanks? That's not fair, shouted Luffy, walking away from him, muttering. Luffy, said a older-looking man with a ponytail, this being Ben. My boy, Ben. The first mate in Shanks' crew. He called Luffy over to discuss why the captain wouldn't allow him to join out of concern rather than to mock him. Though Luffy agreed against it, which wasn't helped by Shanks' continuing teasing, before they could continue, the lovely owner and bartender of the bar, Makino, came in. She was able to calm him down by offering him some food, though Shanks still continued to playfully tease him, much to the boy's annoyance, who then asked how long the crew would stick around. The answer being 2 to 3 more trips. Before anything else could happen, one of the doors to the back was kicked down by a bandit, who proceeded to insult the crew, causing everyone to miss Luffy eating a certain yellow peach. The bandit proceeded to insult the crew and asked for 10 barrels of sake. Makino nervously told him that they were out at the moment. Higuma rhetorically asked if the pirates were drinking water. Shanks, in an attempt to pacify him, tried to give him an unopened bottle. Higuma, however, shattered the bottle over Shanks' head and the area around the and sake. He then proceeded to brag about how much of a big shot he was on the island with his bounty and that he killed 56 people and were about to leave. Shanks just ignored him and started cleaning up, much to Higuma's annoyance, and shattered more bottles with his sword, saying that since Shanks liked cleaning, he now had to do even more. He then sheathed his sword and left with his men, calling other pirates cowards as he left the bar. Makino immediately went to check up on Shanks, who then started laughing with the rest of the crew, doing so soon after. Teasing their captain, though, they soon heard Luffy shout, "Why are you laughing? Why didn't you fight them?" said Luffy with an upset look on his face. He then continued, "So what? So what if he had more people with him, and they were stronger? You're not a man or a pirate if you're just gonna laugh at something like that," shouted Luffy, who was breathing really, really heavy after that. Shanks soon just smiled at him. "Look, I know how you feel, but it's just some spilled booze. Nothing worth getting a fight over," said Shanks in a calm tone, trying to calm Luffy down, holding his arms against him, keeping him from leaving. Before they could say anything else, they heard a shout, and they turned to see Lucky at the bar, shouted with a shocked expression on his face, who turned to face them, showing an empty box. "The monkey fruit we took from the enemy is gone. Luffy, did you eat the fruit?" asked Lucky, showing Luffy a picture of a yellow peach with a swirl pattern on it. Exactly what he ate while the bandits were fighting. "Yeah, I thought it was the dessert. It tasted nasty though," replied Luffy. "Damn it, Luffy, that was the monkey fruit. It's a devil fruit. One of the rarest treasures of the sea. By eating it, you're now able to become a monkey and lose all the ability to swim, and will sink like a hammer." "What? Are you kidding me?" shouted a freaked out Luffy, who calmed down and pointed out something. "Wait, aren't I already a monkey?" said Luffy with a tilted head, causing everyone except Makino to facepalm. Shanks proceeded to try to elaborate on what he meant. Time skip a few days later. Luffy was having his face pressed against a whale by Higuma, who had returned to the bar just a bit ago, along with his men. He and his men had started to insult Shanks and his crew, much to Luffy's anger. Luffy immediately defended Shanks and started to insult Higuma, to the bandits' annoyance. He had taken Luffy outside and started to beat him up, pushing him down with his foot. Makino had immediately left to get the mayor to try and defuse the situation by begging and offering to pay them. He refused to offer and drew his sword to kill Luffy until they all heard a familiar voice talking. "So, this is why no one invited us at the port? I was wondering what happened," said Shanks as he approached Makino and the mayor. "Captain," said Makino as Shanks walked past them to the bandits. "Hey, aren't the bandits from the others?" "Luffy, what's going on? I thought you said your punch was as strong as a pistol." Teased Shanks is his casual manner while walking towards the bandits, despite the current situation they're in. "Shut up," shouted Luffy while trying to push the bandit's foot off. "Pirate, you're still here, huh? You're going to clean up this whole town this time? I suggest you leave before you get hurt. Get any closer, and I'll shoot," said Higuma as one of his men pulled out a gun and pressed it towards Shanks' face, threatening him not to get any closer, causing the bandits to start laughing. "So, now that you've drawn your pistol, are you willing to risk your life on it?" asked Shanks to the bandits' confusion. "I'm saying pistols aren't for threats. They're for taking action," said Shanks before the bandits could say anything. A gunshot was heard. The bandit had been shot dead by Lucky, to pretty much everyone's shock except for his crewmates. You bastards! You killed him! That was a dirty move, you cowards!" proclaimed one of the bandits. "Cowards? Cut the bullshit. Did you think we were dealing with saints or something?" said Ben as he and the rest of the crew were grinning. "The people you're dealing with are pirates," continued Shanks, getting up. all the bandits' attention. Listen up. You can pour drinks on me, you could throw food at me, you can even spit on me, and I'll just laugh it off. But no matter the reason, won't forget anyone who messes with my friends, proclaimed Shanks, now having a furious look on his face. Higuma soon started laughing and mocked the pirates before ordering his men to kill him. Before Ben stepped forward to take him on and pulled out his rifle, taking his cigarette out of his mouth and then putting the burning end between his eyes of the closest bandit, causing him to fall back screaming in pain. He then, within seconds, took out the rest of the bandits to Higuma's shot. Don't underestimate us, bandit, said Ben as he lit his new cigarette. If you want to fight us, you should at least bring a warship with you. As Ben said this, Higuma quickly reached behind his back and pulled out a pistol and aimed it at Shanks and fired. The bullet missed Shanks and hit Makino in the arm, causing her to fall in pain and kneel down, causing everyone to look at her in worry. Higuma soon started to laugh nervously and then talk with easily noticeable facade that he put on. Ha! Next time I won't miss, and the girl will die. As the bandit said this, he failed to pay attention to Luffy, who had a furious expression on his face and was slowly changing. His clothes ripping as his body slowly started to get bigger in size, muscle, and fat. His eyes started to change from his normal warm brown to a pure, angerish red. His nails became claws and his teeth grew fangs. He started to grow black fur all around most of his parts of his body and grew a tail. His ears became pointed as his mouth stretched out like a wolf. He started to let out a beast-like howl, shifting everyone's attention from Higuma to himself. All their eyes were watering at the sight of the animal in front of him. Higuma, having the most shocked look of all, instantly turned and pulled the hammer of his pistol back, getting Luffy's attention. He immediately charged at the bandit on all fours. Higuma pulled the trigger, missing out of shock and fear. Before he could do anything else, Luffy jumped onto him and knocked him onto the ground, grabbing the bandit's arm and squeezing it, causing a loud crack a few seconds later, causing Higuma to scream out in pain. Luffy instantly started attacking him, punching and clawing, until he heard his name called. Luffy! Shouted Shanks, getting the monkey boy's attention. The red-headed pirate sent a slight glare at him and made him seem as if an unknown pressure was up trying to crush him. Luffy refused, though, as he powered through the pressure and started to charge at Shanks. Just as he was about to reach him, he felt an even stronger force push itself onto him, which was too much for his new body, causing him to black out. Shanks and his crew released a sigh of relief as Luffy slowly turned back to normal, only to hear a familiar cocky voice. This isn't the end. I'll have my revenge on you and that freak of a boy at some point. A bleeding and bruised Higuma shouted. He threw down a smoke bomb with his good hand that he had left. The pirates ignored him and checked up on Luffy and Makino. The medic of the crew tied the piece of cloth around her injury and took her back to the bar for proper medical treatment. Shanks kneeled down gently and picked up Luffy, who was pretty much snoring in his arms, smiling as his new friend seemed to be fine. He went to the bar to have Luffy's injuries taken care of. Those bastards will never think to look at me on the ocean, said a panting Higuma as he sat on the random boat with his arm dripping with blood on the side, from when he tried to defend his face from Luffy. As he contemplated getting revenge, things around him seemed to go dark. Looking to see what caused it, his eyes widened in fear as he saw a massive eel-like creature with blood-red eyes looking at him in hunger. As he screamed in absolute terror, the beast quickly submerged forward, eating him whole and shattering the boat. The bandit was gone, never to be heard from again. Luffy, awoken from his gasp, panting heavily as he rose up. He looked around and saw that he was in his room at party's bar. He tried to think of what happened yesterday. He growled as he remembered the bandit coming back mocking Shanks and his crew, then insulted him. After that, the leader took him outside to kill him, only for Shanks to intervene and Ben to kick their asses. He heard a gunshot and heard Makino scream out in pain, and then everything went red, then black. He groaned as he got out of bed and then went downstairs to the bar. He saw Shanks and his crew joking around like nothing had happened until Benny saw him. "Oi, Luffy, you're up!" he shouted, getting the other bandits, the other pirates and Makino's attention, who had some bandages around her arm. Attention on him, and they walked towards him, asking him if he was alright. "I'm fine, but are you okay, Makino? What happened yesterday?" "The last thing I remember is Makino getting shot by that stupid bandit. Everything went red, and then I woke up in my bed," said Luffy. Makino told him that she was alright and the injury wasn't as bad as it looked. Shanks, who sat there in his chair, started to explain. "You activated your devil fruit power. For the first time it went thorough," explained Shanks. He went on to elaborate that it wasn't rare for those to eat a carnivorous devil fruit, it's basically a devil fruit that can give you animal powers. I forgot what was the name. Was it Xeon, something like that? For them to go furrow if they were younger, especially during times of extreme emotions, like what happened yesterday. It then told him he had beat up the bandit, leaving out the gory details. He then started to explain exactly what kind of a monkey he was, and then offered himself and the crew to help him control his devil fruit powers. Over the next week, the crew taught Luffy how to will himself into his hybrid form and his full form. When Luffy changed into his beast form, he grew more aggressive, though by the end of the week he was in control for the most part. Then it became time for the crew to leave the town for good. "You guys are really leaving this time?" asked Luffy, who had a few changes over this week. He had learned that he preferred his hybrid form. He basically looks like Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Yeah, that's pretty much a good explanation. Yep, we stayed here for long enough, so it's about time for us to head out. "You gonna miss us?" said Shanks as he watched his crew load the ship with Luffy. "Yeah, but I won't ask you guys to take me with you no more. I decided I want to become a pirate of my own," said Luffy in pride, but still slightly sad manner. "Heh, I wouldn't have taken you even if you begged. A kid like you will never become a pirate," said Shanks, causing the kid to frown. "Yes, I can. When I head out and I'll gather my own crew and it'll be even stronger than yours. And I'm going to find the world's greatest treasure. And I'm going to become the Monkey King and the Pirate King," shouted Luffy, causing all the crew to grin in pride. "Oh, so you're going to beat us, huh? In that case, I'll leave you this hat with you. It's very important to me. So take care of it," said Shanks as he placed the hat on Luffy's head, who started crying. As he turned and left, he turned back and said to Luffy, "Return the hat to me once you become a great pirate. This is a promise between men, Luffy." With that being said, he boarded up his ship and set off with the rest of his village, arriving and binding them farewells. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to end it right there. Leave a like, comment down below. Subscribe, This is my first One Piece with it, so tell me what you guys think. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.